Hey guys, and welcome back to Fringe Friday. As always, I am Carmen, and today we are going to be watching season 1, episode... Nope. Whoa, no. That's way off. Season 3, episode 17. I don't know what I'm thinking. I cannot believe that we are almost done with season 3. Honestly makes me really sad because I don't want the end of this show to ever happen, but we are sort of rapidly approaching it. Anyway, last time we had Peter and Olivia being the absolute cutest couple. My shipper goggles were on and I was so freaking happy. And they were so happy, and Peter was honest with her, and it was everything that I've wanted for Peter and Olivia being together to be. And so the twist at the end of Bellavia, maybe, if that's what we call it, I don't know, didn't love. I think as a twist, as a plot twist, it's super fascinating and it makes total sense because of who she is and her importance that Belle would trust her with himself, right? But I also don't like Olivia being possessed. She's been through so much bad stuff this season, and she was just getting to a place of being happy and smiling freely and sort of healing a little bit of the trauma that she had been through just in the last year, let alone her entire freaking life, you know? So we'll see how that goes. If it was only for a few episodes, one episode, preferably half an episode even, then I'm okay with it, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. What else did we have? We had Walter really struggling with his role in trying to protect Peter and the world, and is he failing, and just really grappling with all of that, which was really interesting. I think that's sort of the broad strokes. We had the sort of monster of the week, floaty people, and how, well, I guess they're kind of more than monster of the week because they're indicative of how the laws of physics are literally changing in our world, which shows that our world is rapidly sort of declining, disintegrating, delving off the deep end, you know? So that's not great. Anyway, I'm done rambling. I want to see this episode. I want to see where Bellavia goes. I want to see just everything that's happening.
I understand.
Oh, you look so angry.
Olivia is perfectly fine. She is simply resting. Not exactly, of course, just in the sense that her conscious mind, her awareness, is at a state of rest. This is all exactly as I planned it.
Okay, but how long are you gonna stay?
Ask him when he planned it.
Well, several months ago, when I first met Olivia in my office on the other side.
He gave her the tea, right?
A cup of tea. The soul magnets were in that tea.
Mm-hmm.
Two distinct patterns of electrical activity. This one, active, Hugh Belly. The other one, inert, like the brainwaves of a...
He's so angry, and that's such a valid response.
Now, I understand that this could take some time for you to get used to.
Oh, the thing was falling.
You're not suggesting this is permanent?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We simply need to find a more suitable home for me to move to. Now, Olivia's brain can accommodate my consciousness for several weeks.
Okay, no. We're not doing that. Yeah.
Not a chance.
And
Me with Peter.
Same question. How long?
Thank you,
24
Royals.
hours. 48 at the most.
Okay.
Has anyone ever told you, dear, that you have lovely hands?
Thank you. I thought she was talking to Broyles at first.
If I leave Olivia's brain now without finding a suitable host, I would die. Don't you think that my life is worth an extended nap?
William can help us understand Walton's plan, can't you, William?
Walter.
What he intends to use the machine for, and how to keep Peter out of it.
Stop! I want to know how we get Olivia back.
Yes.
48 hours to find a new and suitable host. Then I want you out of my agent, or I'll have Dr. Bishop figure out how to drive you out.
You have my word, young man.
I still don't. I'm with Peter. Me and Peter were of the same mind.
I'll get it myself.
As fast as possible.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Right. Okay, but drive safely, please, because, like, we don't need you getting in an accident or anything.
You were right. It's gonna rain. There is hope in raindrops. Isn't that what you said?
Raindrops are actually no longer suitable to consume in this world.
Every drop of rain holds the promise of regrowth. Each has a purpose, even if they don't know it. I think we can feel that way.
Are they people or are they shapeshifters?
Jim!
Do you believe what you're saying about purpose? You said you know how I feel. You said you know pain. That you wanted to kill yourself too. You said that.
Yes.
So? What's your reason to stick around? Have you found your purpose?
All right, let's not, like, make other people feel bad as well, so they join you. Okay, I was like, she is a strong-ass woman.
You did your best. I don't believe in hope anymore. We're all gonna die.
I mean, inevitably, yes, that is true for everyone that lives. Is she still alive? Okay, so she's not human. What? Not sure what her purpose was. Like what that whole exchange was about. We'll see.
A human brain would be ideal, but not a prerequisite.
Not a prerequisite? Really? How would you communicate if you weren't human?
Your father wouldn't want to hear me say this, but even if he does find out more about this machine, that doesn't necessarily mean he'll be able to prevent the events depicted in that picture. I mean, that just could simply be your fate.
Do we believe in
Frankly,
fate?
I don't believe in fate.
Okay, we don't.
Whatever Walton and his plans are for me, I promise you I'm not getting in that machine.
Well, I mean,
It isn't always that simple.
yeah.
Sometimes when one walks away from his fate, it leads one directly to fate's doorstep.
I mean, that's just an old saying, right? You know, one often meets his fate on the road he takes to avoid it or whatever.
Nobody could have survived that impact.
And yet she did.
Well, she bled, so she's not a shapeshifter, right?
What are you thinking, Walter?
Like, red blood.
You think that this is spatial decay, don't you?
Ah.
We need a Geiger counter.
No. We don't need anything. We can handle this. You need to...
What? Go to my room? What I am is the only person on this universe who has extensive experience in interdimensional decay.
Fabulous.
Poor Peter. He just has to keep dealing with these versions of Olivia that aren't Olivia, you know? Like, give the man a break. Give Olivia a break.
Agent Lee! You're gonna want to see this.
Of course. Of course. Lincoln! He's on this side of... I didn't even think about it. We get to meet him. I wonder what he's like on this side. There he is.
This is Special Agent Lincoln Lee from Hartford. He has some information regarding this case.
Fringe Division.
What division?
So what you got?
He doesn't have any idea.
Her name is Dana Gray. She was murdered 18 months ago.
Excuse me?
2 bullets in the head. She was killed with her husband and her children
in a home invasion robbery.
You ever find who did it?
Yes. Witnesses report seeing 2 people jump out of a dorm window. Cops get there, 1 body. But the cops find 2 sets of fingerprints on the ledge during their investigation.
Hers?
Those fingerprints were identified as Dana Gray's, which is insane because she's dead.
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened.
No, they haven't.
Don't listen to him. Her. Sorry.
They actually have Bud, but it's okay.
We found prints at 3 other double suicides.
Why is she...
I know this sounds insane, but I don't think this woman can die.
Isn't this our lucky day?
Is she trying to die? If so, you would think that eventually she would realize it's not working and, like, not assist these people in... Don't judge Jean. Hurting themselves, you know?
That's Jean.
Come down here.
Pat!
And congratulations, whatever your security clearance was, it just got about 7 levels deeper.
He's gonna find out what Fringe is. Wonder if he'll work with us now.
Something odd in the molecules of Miss Gray's body.
What?
They were held together by an unusually strong electromagnetic bond. It's a miracle she left any blood behind at all.
I think it suits you, dear.
But how? I mean, why did she get...
Poor Astrid. Belle is harassing her. I don't like that.
Perhaps Miss Gray has found a way to capture some vital portion of another person's essential energy and therefore has extended her own life.
So, vampire.
Kind of.
This is the file that each one of the victims tried to commit suicide previously.
She only wants to take the souls of those people that are already prepared to surrender their own.
Okay.
Compassionate soul vampire.
I'm gonna argue with the compassion aspect of it, though.
If you were looking for victims who had previously tried to commit suicide, where would you go?
Suicide hotlines, therapy groups?
Exactly.
So I'm assuming that, like, something happened to her when she was murdered that gave her this ability. And so she's... I don't know why she would continue to want to stay alive, though. You know what I mean? Like, is there, like, a purpose for her doing that? Like, is she seeking something out, somebody out?
I think I'm gonna hurt myself.
Okay, sweetie, what's your name?
I'm Brian.
I guess you're in a bad place right now, huh?
I'm tired.
Sweetie, life can be tiring. I really want to help you. And this is too important to do over the phone.
You're just trying to trick me.
No, listen to me, Brian. I would never do that. I promise, okay? Now, sweetheart, just tell me where you are.
I actually feel like this is very predatory in a, like, horrific way, what she's doing.
There was a particularly challenging call. A person who was at risk. We forwarded it to her. She was amazing. In 3 months, she saved at least 37 lives.
Well, that's good. But when did she switch it?
I mean, anybody who gets struck by lightning twice and survived has to have a perspective on hope, right?
That's what she told them.
Dana Gray is stealing people's souls as they die.
Then why is she so committed to saving their lives?
Maybe it's an accident. Okay. That would make me feel better if she's not actually seeking out these people and trying to kill them. Because that would be horrific when they're already on the brink, you know?
I don't want to hurt people, but I always do.
Is he like a serial killer or something?
Like those raindrops that you mentioned. You said they have a purpose. Well, I don't like my purpose.
What's her obsession with these raindrops?
Do you think the raindrops will help those people in the train? I don't want to hurt them, but I will.
Who? Who are you trying to hurt, bro?
And that's why you're here.
He wants you to help
You
him.
have to save them. There's a duffel bag with my bomb, and that's why you're here.
What train? Specificity.
Railway train 67, car 2,
Okay.
seat 17.
Thank you. That was very specific.
Let his angels carry my damn soul to heaven.
Hello, you need to tell them. Tell them about the fucking train, please. Hopefully she's gonna go stop the freaking bomb. Like, hello.
Huh.
No, you can't have Jean.
The Afterlife of the Soul. These other books are clinical.
But this one's religious.
Exactly.
All the highlighted passages are about what happens to us after we die.
What's she doing? Trying to convince people to jump by telling them how great heaven would be?
No. Something about raindrops.
What if we're thinking about this backwards? What if that book's not for other people, it's for her? Maybe she's the one that wants to die.
I'd have to milk you.
We could assign Astrid.
Okay, stop it. Stop it. I don't approve of your creeping on her like that.
Look, if Dana Gray was hit by lightning twice, do you think that would help to explain why she's so overly electromagnetic?
I suppose that's possible.
What do you ask? We don't think that she's trying to live forever. We think she's trying to die.
Oh, you think she's gonna try to get blown up and see if that works?
If she can't die, her soul, energy, whatever you want to call it, is bound to her body. Maybe she's trying to go with theirs. Like a hitchhiker.
Oh.
What changed?
He has a bomb.
The angels said Azrael had suffered enough, and the combined innocence of the angels' souls outweighed Azrael's sins.
Okay.
Finally, God agreed, and Azrael's soul was welcomed into heaven.
So she thinks that she needs, like, buoyant, innocent souls. I think she's gonna try to get herself blown up, maybe. But hopefully she doesn't, like, not tell everybody else about it. Oh. Is that a cat? I fucking hate people who hurt animals. Honestly, dude probably deserved.
20 pounds of plastic explosives. This guy was making a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
But where is it?
She knows. It's on that train.
My sister, she had another baby. Her and her husband, they're like rabbits. I'm heading to Providence to see him.
Overshare?
What about you? Where you heading?
I just don't like talking to people on public transport. Sorry.
I'm on my way to see family too.
I'm rude. He's just being nice.
It sounds insane, but here's my theory. She can't die, but she wants to.
And how is that related to the plastic explosives about to be detonated somewhere in the city?
Because her plan isn't working.
So she thinks...
I think that he told her where the bomb is, and the only reason she didn't pick up that gun and follow suit is because she's gonna try something new.
I understand that she's desperate because she went through something, but, like, does that give her the right to help other people die and also to not say anything in this situation? I don't think so, personally.
Can you change the outgoing caller ID on this phone from here?
Yeah, sure.
What are you thinking?
She may not answer this number, but I know whose number she will answer.
Crisis? Oh, her husband. I thought about it, but she knows that he's not alive, so I didn't think that that would work.
Hello?
My name is Peter Bishop.
The number that you're calling from. How did you get it?
I work with the FBI, Dana. I know about your family. I know how they died. And I know that you're only doing this because you want to be reunited with them.
Just because you've read some files about me, Mr. Bishop, doesn't mean you know the hell that I've been stuck in.
But I can help you to make it stop. The people that I work with are scientists. They are the best at what they do. And if you come in, I promise you, they can help you.
Can you promise me you'll reunite me with my family?
Just lie. Just
Can you
lie.
promise me that killing a bunch of people will?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It's the best chance I've got.
Yeah, but do those people deserve it?
I'm sorry, I have no choice.
You do have a choice.
You have a choice. We all have a choice.
Thank you.
I should have died that night with my family. Some impossible cosmic joke. I'm stuck here.
I mean, look, I have sympathy for her.
Believe me, Dana, this is not the solution.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Do other people deserve to lose the people that they love? I just don't think that that's right. I hope that she makes a different choice.
There, that in the background. Can you isolate that?
It's gonna be like, next stop, or something like that.
Here it is. I've got it open.
There are 3 different trains from 3 different points of origin that stop in Norwood at this time of night.
Ask him when they spoke to her.
Yeah, because it said next stop.
I don't know, it was 10 minutes ago?
10 minutes ago?
I love word problems.
You have to figure out how fast the train is going and where it's gonna, when it would get there.
She's on the
625.
I was gonna say, like, you can figure that out. Like, I mean, I would not be able to figure it out nearly that quickly. But just based off of when you called and when they said the next stop was, like, you know. Maybe she'll get off. Maybe she'll get off at Norwood. Maybe she'll have no choice.
FBI, we need to clear the train. There may be an explosive on board. We think it's due to go off in about 8 minutes. This is the suspect.
There are over 300 people on this train.
Okay,
that
well,
girl's in the next car.
Freaking, thank you. I was like, why don't you hurry? Like, show some haste.
She was right there.
Bring the dogs in now.
Doggo. Go doggos. Go. I love dogs. Okay, she did get off the train. Good, I'm glad. She's gonna try to blow herself up and hope that that works, right?
I don't understand.
Oh, she's just gonna leave it there? But she wasn't. Like, she just left, I think.
I've got something down here.
Maybe it was... She did get blown up.
She's dead.
Maybe it was the act of not trying to hurt somebody that allowed her to move on. I don't know.
So what changed? After all that time trying, why is she able to die now?
Welcome to the Fringe division. Every answer you get just leads you to more questions.
Very true.
It's a lot more exciting than Hartford.
Come
Feel
join
free to give me a
Fringe.
call if you ever find yourself needing some help.
Come join Fringe.
Be careful what you wish for.
Come join Fringe. Ah, I would be so happy. If this Lincoln is good, now I'm stressing.
Walter thought that it would be a good idea for me to stay here tonight.
That's not awkward at all.
I just made a pot of tea. Would you like a cup?
Yeah. Right.
Why not?
Don't drink it. So mad.
What if what we witnessed was the very reason that Dana Gray couldn't die? Because she needed to be here to save those people's lives.
You think it was her destiny?
And don't you think that it's curious we meet a woman who is unable to die at the exact moment my consciousness seemingly returns from the grave?
I mean, it's weird, yeah.
It's a church bell. So tell me, what's the meaning? You okay, Bill?
It's Olivia.
Peter.
Olivia, is that you?
She's trying to take back over.
Oh no.
What the hell just happened right there?
Yeah.
I think that I may have been wrong. This may be a little more complicated than I first thought.
What? Bitch, you better not be hurting Olivia in any way, shape, or form. What if she is aware? You guys, I need Olivia to have a fucking vacation. I need her to go to the frickin' Maldives, Bahamas, Paris. I don't know. She needs to go somewhere with Peter, and she needs to have some frickin' fun. Okay? Okay, you guys. So, I did not cry in this episode. I'm counting that as a win. I think that the reason that I didn't cry, and some of you might be surprised, because I think it is quite an emotional episode. Like, the topic in general of being in a place that's as dark as those people are in, and just her entire situation is incredibly sad. I think the reason that I was not super moved by her situation is because, I mean, so much of it is us trying to figure out, like, what the hell her motive is, right? And at first I'm like, oh, she's taking these people's energy to continue surviving. Like, that's really messed up. which was not the case, thankfully. But also, I'm trying to figure out how to word what I want to say. I'm glad that she saved 37 people, right? I'm glad that she was a voice that they could hear on the other end of the line and find hope in and realize that there's good in the world, good things in the world worth living for. That I'm happy about. But I really disagree with her honestly kind of preying on people who are in such dire straits already, right? Like, she does try to help them in a way, but then there's a point, like we saw in the beginning, where she embraces their inevitable death and then is a part of it. Because she's trying to stow away, like they said, right? She's trying to die. She went through a horrifically traumatic event when her family was murdered and she was murdered. And I think that her desperately trying to be with her family again, like, she was obviously in a very dark place as well, right? And I can totally understand and see her perspective of being in that really dark place. Like, I cannot imagine how traumatic it would be to, let's say, like, she didn't even die, right? Let's say that you find out that, like, your entire family was murdered, and I can totally understand the desire to, like, see, now it's getting me a little bit, but I can totally understand the desire to, like, not want to continue on, right? Like, that would be like, I can understand feeling like, what's the point, right? And then being further upset because, like, you should have died, but for some reason you didn't, and now you can't die, and so you're kind of seemingly, because she had faith, right, being punished by God to continue living, and, like, you don't understand why you're stuck in this endless cycle of being tortured, essentially, by not being able to die. However, here's my thing. They found multiple suicides. I cannot remember the exact number of victims, I would say, that they found. I can maybe understand the impulse once, right? Like, she's like, I can't save you. I'm going to try to join you, right? Like, I can sort of understand that, again, once, but twice, 3 times, like, why do you keep doing it when it doesn't work? You're no longer helping these people. You're no longer helping yourself. You're just joining these people in the darkest moments of their lives. And instead of trying to bring them into the light, you're sort of surrendering to the darkness with them, right? And I don't know, I find something very off-putting about that. I find it very sort of upsetting and disturbing that she essentially preyed on these people who are in such desperate situations, and you can't save everyone. I understand that, but I don't know. It makes me upset that I feel like she preyed on these people who are already just in such a dark chapter, you know? And, like, this is the second thing in as many days that I've watched that has to do with people being in such a dark place like that. And it's just, it's really hard to know how to navigate talking about it, I think, because it's such a tricky thing, and I would never want to trigger anyone. I would never want to perpetuate something that would make somebody feel any kind of way that would be negative regarding that, you know? It's really hard to talk about, but I do want to say, like, things will, I know it doesn't seem like it to a lot of people, but things will always get better. Like, there's always something to look forward to. There's always a reason to keep going. You know, it might be small. It might be the leaves are changing and they're freaking beautiful, and I don't want to miss that. It might be it's gonna snow in a month or so, and that's beautiful, and I don't want to miss that. It might be, you know, my cat freaking loves me and I don't want them to go to a shelter. So I'll keep waking up every day because they need me to feed them and love them, right? But there is always something worth living for. Like, life is hard. Life is real hard. You know, harder for some people than others, and I can understand getting to that point. But I don't know. I just want you guys to know, if you're watching this, and you're watching this far, that there's always something to live for. Like I promised you it gets better. Like, trust me, I know that it might not seem like it will, but like, it will. And I hope you guys know that. It seems weird to say after this episode, but there are places, hotlines that you can call where people will not be like this woman and will actually help you. So, please be aware of that. Please know that there's always people you can reach out to. People will care. People love you. The world is better with you in it. Okay? I know life is hard, but I think it's worth it. Okay, moving on from that. I think that while Belle's idea that it was her destiny to save those people is a nice idea, I don't like the idea of destiny, you know, in shows. And, well, I don't know. I don't always hate it, but it has to be a very specific instance, right? I also, like, very much think that our destiny, our fate, whatever you want to call it, is determined by us, right? Like, we create our lives. We create the story, the pattern, whatever, of our existence. We're not trapped by this otherworldly thing that's controlling us, right? It's hard. It's hard because I think to a certain extent, like, destiny in something like Fringe, which is science fiction / like, well, it's science fiction, but I think a lot of times in the genre of like science fiction and fantasy, fate, destiny is this sort of thing that you're beholden to, right? But much like in Supernatural, I hope that they can free themselves of the shackles of destiny and that they can create a life that they're choosing, right? While it's nice that that lady was able to save those people on the train, you know, while she wasn't going to make that choice, but she was kind of forced to make that choice, I'm glad that she was able to find peace, and that I thought, like, oh, maybe her selfless act of finally, like, not trying to take from someone else and actually selflessly taking the bomb off of the train and saving those people allowed her to be free, right? That's not a very scientific explanation, of course, but neither is destiny, to be honest. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that I'm not a huge fan of destiny in a lot of things. I kind of prefer, like I said, just that your destiny is what you create it to be. So I kind of hope that they'll go with that, and that Peter won't be beholden to like this prophetic scroll thing. But we'll see where they go, and we'll see how I like it as it unfolds. Olivia was trying to get out at the end, you guys. She was trying, like, a part of her consciousness, I think, because the chiming of the clock, right? Like the bell tower, like, I think that like helped her to like come out a little bit. But like, I don't know, you guys. It's just like, I'm frustrated by this because what if Olivia is conscious in there and she's aware of everything that's happening? Like, I don't agree with it anyway, but that makes it worse. And also, Belle in this episode is like, well, you wouldn't want me to die, would you, Peter? Like, you're already dead. Am I supposed to sacrifice Olivia, who is alive and like real and here and who I love, so that you can live again? You're already dead, bro. Like, your consciousness is still there, but I don't know. I think it's interesting how his situation kind of paralleled the lady, where she's stuck being alive. He refuses to die, right? You know, it's like they're opposite ends of the spectrum. Like, she's trying actively to not exist anymore, and he's trying actively to continue existing, even though he doesn't have a body for it right now. I don't want him to take over Jean either, because Jean is her own cow and she should not be forced to be somebody else. I'm okay with it if it's like a body where the consciousness is already left and he can inhabit that, I guess. It'll be weird because it's supposed to be Leonard Nimoy and it's not, but I could be okay with that. But I'm not okay with it continuing to be Olivia, okay? Like, it's been the episode that I said I would be okay with it. Another half an episode or episode, and he better be out of her body, okay? Because I'm not here for that, all right? That's all I have to say, is I'm not here for it. And I don't like it. Also, you guys, oh my gosh, I almost forgot. Lincoln! I can't believe it. We actually got Lincoln, and in our world, like, I don't know why my brain, like, is not working correctly, but I just didn't even consider the fact that, like, there is a Lincoln in our world. I think because he was always with Charlie, right? And there's not a Charlie in our world anymore, unfortunately. So I was like, I like Lincoln. Let's bring him back. Let's bring him and Charlie back. Not even thinking, we have a Lincoln. We can have Lincoln. But, I mean, I still want that Lincoln and that Charlie, honestly. But, I don't know. I like this Lincoln. And he's, like, a little nerdy. And he's got his little glasses on. And, yeah. I don't know. I like him. I would be totally okay with him joining the Fringe division and being part of the team. I did think it was funny, the soul vampire thing. That was funny. I don't understand what her continued metaphor of raindrops were. Like, each raindrop has a purpose, and so that is hope, I guess. But also, I feel like there's so many raindrops, like, you don't notice if one of them isn't there, right? So I feel like she could have maybe had a little bit of a better metaphor, because I feel like that one is easy to, like, interpret differently than the way that she's portraying it, right? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you want, you can like, comment, and subscribe if you aren't already. You can also join my Patreon and watch the very next episode right now already, as well as my entire full-length reaction to this episode. The link for that is down in the description below. And yeah, I will see you guys next time for episode 18 of season 3. Until then, bye guys.